Okay, this is my Bobcat 260, and if I let this thing sit for too long, even with the ethanol-free gas, it has a very difficult time trying to start up. So I tried to clean the carburetor, check the fuel pump, make sure that was working, check the fuel lines, the entirety of it, and it was definitely pumping out fuel, but it wasn't getting past the carburetor. Took apart the carburetor completely, put it back together, but I realized this part right here, this little solenoid that goes into this part, it was actually caked on with a thick gunk. I already cleaned it off with wire brush and sandpaper, but that was preventing this solenoid from pulling this in and allowing fuel into the rest of the carburetor, so it was running dry the entire time. The only reason why I knew this was because I had carburetor starting fluid in a spray can, and I would try to turn it on and crank it over, and I would be able to spray into the carburetor, and it would start up a little bit, but then it would just die out immediately, and the fuel was still coming out of the fuel pump. So all the fuel was going into the system, but it was getting stopped at this one little solenoid because the tip of this thing is not made with stainless. It's made with like some kind of normal steel, and it just attracts rust like crazy. There's also a little Phillips screw in here where this plunger in this section of the carburetor comes up and down, but there's only a screw inside holding that plunger's swivel point, so it's completely covered in rust. So like that can get gunked up, and then because it's not stainless, it's like some cheap zinc or whatever, so it gets gunked up with rust. That rust comes down, falls into here, gets plugged in this little solenoid, and then it doesn't pull back, and it doesn't have the fuel running into the carburetor to even start. So I'm going to try and put this all back together without dropping anything in there and start them up. And it should work fine. Okay, now that I got it running, I'm disconnect the fuel line and then run it until it's completely dry. Always hook this up to it when you're storing it. Save the battery. I also connected the battery to the battery tender, so I just keep it in here, and then whenever I want to store it, I'll just plug this to the battery tender and I'm good to go. But I'm just gonna run this dry. Other than that, hope it helped you guys fix your problem.